Okay, welcome to the last lecture in Fashion Distribution and Logistics. We're going to look at warehousing and materials management, Chapter 7. So what we're going to cover is the value adding that occurs within the warehouse. So it's not just a place for storage, it's actually a place in which value to the garment occurs. Different sorts of configurations of warehouses, how much we can fit in a warehouse, what happens when we have changing demand for garments, how's that going to affect our planning, and finally the sort of systems that we can put in place to ensure we have just the right product at the right time, at the right place, etc. So if we have a look at the first slide, you're all familiar with this. You did something similar in your assignments. We've got raw materials that feed into our manufacturer that's going to create the actual garment. Then going to go to a global consolidation centre, which, as we saw in the Zara model, occurs in Spain. H&M occurs in Frankfurt, I think it was. And not only are garments coming in, but we've also got equipment that helps store the goods or the garments. And then they're sent out to regional distribution centres, which could be one for North America, South America, Southeast Asia, etc. And finally, national distribution centre somewhere here in Australia, which then gets sent out to the various perhaps states. So the Kmart model has a national distribution centre in Melbourne, which services South Australia, Tasmania and Victoria. So by and large, similar model. Okay, if we have a look at what occurs inside the warehouse, there's four different value adding components that can occur. We can use our warehouse, top left corner here, as what we call creating bulk, as a place where we get individual components. So it could be we're getting jeans from one manufacturer, tops from another one, and perhaps accessories from a third one. They all get delivered to one warehouse, which then consolidates or packs them into one box to put on one truck to deliver to one destination. Excuse me. The advantage of this obviously is you minimise the transport required to get it through. Equally, at the other end of the supply chain, then the truck arrives and you break bulk, or you unpack the garments according either to style, size, or perhaps the store that it's going to. So as I said previously, the first truck might be going to Victoria, the second one to South Australia, and the third to Tasmania. Then we can also combine components, and this is a case where we've got individual components coming into the warehouse, and the warehouse not only stores these but assembles them. So it becomes a sort of quasi manufacturing or assembly plant, if you like. Perfect for something like a bicycle, but not so much for not used so much for garments. And then finally, a smoothing operation. What this simply means is that we might have a retail outlet which is geared up to accept orders, let's say twice a week, but the manufacturer is producing garments every day. So because we can't get garments from the manufacturer directly to the retailer on a daily basis, because it's going to upset the retailer's operations, we introduce this warehouse which then picks up those manufactured garments and then waits for the appropriate time and then sends them out to the retailer. So all of these activities can be treated as value adding to the supply chain, and thus hopefully minimising costs